Magician 84 here, and welcome back to What If Wednesday. And in this one, I'm going to talk about what would happen if Blue Eyes White Dragon was my favourite card instead of Dark Magician. Now, of course, as I've kept saying, I like all the classic boss monsters, but I'm more on Team Dark Magician. But how would things go if Blue Eyes was my favourite instead? Well, he'd basically be in whatever deck I'd play him in, and I'd be more of a dragon player than someone whose joint favourite monster type is warriors and spellcasters. Although I would still like them, I would still have a Dark Magician deck, but it wouldn't be my favourite deck and signature deck, and Blue Eyes would be my ace monster instead. I think generic dragon decks would be a lot easier to play than spellcaster ones. I mean, naturally I'd run free and have and make Lord of Dragons and Flute of Summoning Dragon be my main way of summoning Blue Eyes. Unless, of course, I was in a situation where I was able to tribute it. And I would desperately be trying to get hold of Kyber Man once that came out. I don't know, I feel like I'd do a lot better in duels and tournaments, even though Tribe Infecting Virus and Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning would be problematic for me. Now, I would, of course, end up with other decks, but this would still be the favourite, really. Whether or not I'd run Paladin of White Dragon, I don't know. Maybe I'd play at least one, but I don't know, because ritual cards can be bricky. But yeah, that would basically be how I'd roll. And then, of course, I'd desperately try and get hold of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and maybe run one or two copies. And with Dragon's Mirror, it would be pretty easy to summon, but yeah, it would give me all the more reason to run Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. So yeah, I'd probably run multiple copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and just play one Shining Dragon, because it is a brick, or can be. I know it's not the best Blue Eyes card, but I'd like to have the option. Then later on, I'd make it more ritual based. Once Advanced Ritual Art came out, I'd basically run it the same way that I had it back in September 2007, and March 2007 actually, where I'd be running Advanced Ritual Art and Blackluster Soldier, and then later on, when Dragon Master Knight came out, I'd put that in as well, because why not? I'm sure I would eventually win a tournament with this deck. And of course I'd throw in some spice, like Lord of Dragons, King Dragoon, Divine Dragon, Ragnarok, and Future Fusion. And yeah, that would be how I'd play my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and it would carry it, and it would be this way even into the 5Ds era. I would end up trying to get hold of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and again just make it more dragon based, as Darkness Metal is a big boost for any dragon deck really. Problem is, when it would first come out, it would be too expensive and too difficult to get, because it was a Shonen Jump promo, and I probably wouldn't have been able to get it until its reprint. As a absolute powerful special edition super. Um, so yeah, but it would certainly be a big help. Eventually I'd put in some tuners and synchros, although Blue Eyes would still be the focus. And then me and Emma Blue Eyes 10 would be Blue Eyes rivals, basically. Um, and yeah, with this being the signature deck, I never make Legendary Hero or even Dark Magician Hero. Like, those decks just wouldn't exist. And then I'd end up with another Blue Eyes rival in Mr. Sasuke Dragon, oh yeah, and Express Gaming, actually. Um, and eventually I'd put some rank 8s in, like good old Thunder End Dragon. But sometimes I forget that that card exists. And then over the years I've put in some Galaxy Eyes Xyzes as well, plus Erratic Sun Dragon Overlord, maybe Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand eventually. Whether or not it would be a hated card in 2014 and 15, I don't even know, but yeah. Oh yeah, and naturally I would get 2 or 3 Blue Eyes Structure decks, the original one that came out in 2013. Yeah, I would be annoyed about Stratos being banned as well, still, since I'd still love Elemental Heroes. Actually, come to think of it, my younger sibling would still play Blue Eyes as well, so we'd basically be the Blue Eyes brothers in a way. That's something I forgot to mention. Hey, Socks. Come on. No, don't sniff my drink. Come on. Hey, baby. Oh, she's purring. Oh. Yeah, basically my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck would be like this even into Pendulum era. And yeah, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon getting hit would be an annoying hit. I wasn't bothered about it, like in the real timeline, but here, it would just annoy me. It would be a significant hit to my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. Yeah, that was basically all because of Chaos Dragons. Whether or not I run the Chaos Dragon stuff in my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, I don't know. I mean, Eclipse Wyvern could help, I guess. I mean, banish the Blue Eyes, then try and banish that to get the Blue Eyes back, but I don't know. And would I play Chaos Max right away when it comes out? Probably. It wouldn't be a hated ritual, I guess. It would be more of a love-hate card. I mean, I'd like using it myself, but really hate it when it's used against me. And when Shining Victories would come out, I would probably get a case of try and get a case of that instead of the Dark Illusion. Whether I'd go halves on anyone would be tricky. I mean, I guess I would with Express Gaming / Dragon Master 25, but the problem with that is that we'd both be after the Blue Eyes support, which would make it really difficult for both of us to get it. But yeah, eventually I'd get all the pieces, and then of course I'd have a hard time trying to get Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon, the most sought after card in the movie pack. Eventually I'd get a play set of those. But yeah, all this support would make my Blue Eyes deck even better, and because Blue Eyes was considered meta at the time, I feel like I'd be doing amazingly well in tournaments, although, yeah, I'd technically be playing meta, but at least it would be a meta deck that I genuinely like. And I'd only be playing it because I like it, not because it's a competitive deck. Yeah, going into Link era, I'd probably still keep the deck pretty much the same. Only it'd be harder to get out multiple extra deck monsters. I don't know what links I could put in my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck at the time, but still, maybe it wouldn't affect it that much, I don't know. Would I end up still quitting tournaments? Maybe. It's just 50-50, depending on how certain matchups would go. I know one thing's for sure, I'd still get a case of Battle of Chaos, so I could pick up the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon support, but I'd be picking the Blue Eyes stuff up for more myself. I did still pick it up for myself, but when I did my case opening and got Blue Eyes cards, I was prioritising what Express Gaming wanted, because I still had my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, but I wasn't in a rush to update that. Whereas in this timeline, I try and get the Blue Eyes stuff I need for myself first before anyone else. And yeah, I guess that pretty much sums it up. I mean, I can't think of anything else that would change, really, but yeah, that's basically what would happen if Blue Eyes White Dragon was my favourite card instead of Dark Magician. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.